You're listening to Kizuki, the podcast. I'm Mae Yoshikawa, and I define the Japanese concept of Kizuki as the following. Kizuki 1. A moment of epiphany, an aha of realization or insight which opens the knower to a new dimension of truth that was formerly unknown. 2. Steps in an incremental growth of awareness, resulting in a movement from ignorance to greater awareness of the bigger picture. A kind of knowing that cannot be undone, that cannot be unrealized. As a longtime yoga and meditation practitioner, a world traveler, and curious self-explorer, I'm obsessed with Kizukis. Listen on each week for inspiring and enlightening stories that may just tip you over for your next aha. On this week's episode, thank you for being. Do you ever hear the phrase, you are worthy just because you are, or you are enough, and think to yourself, wait, well, that sounds good, that sounds nice, but also have this subtle recognition that you're not really getting it. You're not really letting it in. Like, you get it in your head, theoretically, it's okay, but it doesn't really sink in. It's true that these spiritual ideas, existential hints even, don't mean much if you can't feel it in your bones, if it's not an established knowing for you that you are enough and that your being you is enough, not just for you, but the entirety of the whole world, then, even though you think you know it in your head, you end up spending the days of your life chasing some mirage of achievement, recognition, trying to earn your worth or prove yourself to the world, and also perhaps most importantly, to yourself. But like I said, it's true. It's an illusion. It's a mirage. If it's a phantom idea of not enoughness that you're chasing, it's exactly that. A phantom idea. It doesn't really exist. It's not ultimately true that you're not enough to begin with. So what's the solution then? To stop chasing and see if in your stillness you can feel it in your bones and know that you are enough. I say this confidently because for years, no, decades, I have been the one chasing the illusions, chasing this idea of, well, achievement, success, needing to earn and prove my worth, because I couldn't shake off that bottom line feeling in my heart. I am not enough. It's not enough for me to just be. I must do more, do this, do that. Prove myself, gain recognition, earn my worth. And something happened, and that helped me to realize, oh my God, I really had it all wrong. And it just came to me in a way that I never expected. So several years ago, when my beloved husband died suddenly, my world was shaken apart and I lost the person I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with and raise my 2 boys with in an instant. So one night I went from saying goodnight and going to sleep with him. And then the next day, he wasn't going to come home anymore. He left for work and then he wasn't going to ever come home anymore. I was shattered, broken, gone. It was like I died. I fell off the face of the earth. I was non-existent. I could barely breathe. Like inhaling was such an effort. My body didn't want to eat. I didn't know how to move anymore. I lay incapacitated on the floor, on the mattress, for many, many weeks because I couldn't bring myself to sleep on the bed that I used to share with him. And in that space, I don't even know what to call it. I suppose metaphorically, I'm supposed to call it like the darkness or tunnel or something, but it felt more like a vacuum. It felt like I had just dropped off the face of the earth and I was in this no man land, no place, no time, nothing. Just that I somehow was still aware, like I had awareness, consciousness. I didn't know what time it was, what day it was, what month it was. I vaguely know the season only because I know that my bedroom window was open that day. I used to live in this central fashion district of Tokyo, back in this beautiful residential area. It was really quiet and nice. And I had the window open. I don't even know if I opened it or maybe somebody else opened it for me. But as I lay there incapacitated and just, blanked out on the mattress, on that day, I heard a bunch of girls. I don't know, maybe they were schoolgirls or something. And I couldn't tell you. I would guess that it was in the afternoon, but I really couldn't tell you what time it was. There must have been several of them. And I heard them giggling and laughing. I heard their laughter. And this girl had this really bright, happy laughter. And it was just so sweet and so bright and so real, genuine. And as the vibration of her joy and laughter entered through my open bedroom window and into my incapacitated ears, I came to my Kizuki, the realization that even though my world had stopped, the world hadn't, and her world hadn't. And while I was there, dissipated and incapacitated, she was walking outside in sunshine, laughing. She was being. I'll never know her name, and she'll never know that someone on that day heard her laughter. But it reminded me, it just made me feel grateful. It was just the stark reminder of how my world had stopped, but hers hadn't, and the world hadn't. And somehow, this oozing feeling from the bottom of my heart said, thank you. Thank you for helping the world go round and round, and in a joyful way, while I'm out of the game. As if she was a team player for me. Since then, I think it took me many months to process that Kizuki, but that sense of realization, that Kizuki, once you come upon it, you can't unrealize it. This knowing that, even though it felt like my world had ended, hers hadn't. It stayed with me. It still stays with me today. And after however many months of processing, I realized, that's what it means when someone says to you, or when you say to someone, thank you for being. We commonly say, thank you for doing this for me, or thank you for doing that. Thank you for working hard. Thank you for this food. Thank you for cooking for me. Thank you for shopping. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for something. Thank you for something. But what about this basis, this existential basis of thank you for existing and you just being you? And I came to that recognition especially because I wasn't quite fully myself. I wasn't there. And so I felt especially grateful that she was just being, and I saw in that moment that's all it takes, and that's enough. And if she is enough, well, of course, you are enough. And in this day, on any average, ordinary day, as you wake up, go to work, do your thing, talk to your friends, you might be walking down the street and just have a little giggle, a chuckle, laugh about something, because you're having a decent day. And you just never know whose bedroom window might be open, whose ears might catch your laughter vibrations, and what that message might carry, might ripple through the world. And that's your existence. That's who you are. That's the vibration of your being. And that's why you're enough. It's almost an impossible hamster wheel to know that when you're busy running on the hamster wheel of, well, I have to do more, I have to prove my worth, I have to achieve more, I have to be recognized more. No. If you would just, for a second, stop. Actually, you being you is such a miracle. And I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for each one of you listening, for opening your heart to a possible next Kizuki. I'm so honored to get to share with you. Thank you for being. Thank you for being you. Thank you for listening. Learn more about me and my Kizuki Journaling Mae Y method at my website, kizukijournaling.com. That's KIZUKIJOURNALING.com. Or find me on Instagram at MaeYoshikawa.